If you have ever walked out of a sales call or a sales meeting thinking they said they'll think about it and I never will hear from them again, this session is for you. Or you thought you'll be hearing from them again, but you never do, this session is for you. If you have lowered your price just to make that sale happen, just to get that client, or worse, you felt that you had to prove your worth by talking a lot, by using thousands of words, I see you. And if you have been avoiding one-to-one sales call altogether because you feel uncomfortable, you don't want to sound salesy, this conversation is exactly where your power starts returning home to you. Because one-to-one selling isn't just about persuasion, it is about perception. One-to-one sales are gold when it comes to high ticket clients. Anything above $600 or 50,000 rupees, right? If your goal is, let's say, around $6,000 or 5 lakhs a month on an average, you need, let's say, just 10 clients. That's it. And inside the Passion to Profit playground, most of our members even double their prices within just 12 weeks. Once they gain more confidence, more social proof, and are getting fully booked out, and the only way to, you know, get make themselves more available is by doubling their prices, right? So imagine this. You only need 5 clients, paying 1 lakh, let's say, at $1,200 each. If you're ready to scale, let's say, to a $12,000 or a 10 lakh a month, you will just need 10 clients a month on an average. So that's around 30 calls a month, right? Completely doable when your story sells for you. But here's where most people get stuck. Not because they don't have leads, not because they don't have a good offer, but because of objections. You know these lines very well, right? It's too expensive. I need to think about it. Let me talk to my partner. We're already working with somebody else. I already have some program like that. Now be honest, which one of these makes you want to hide from sales calls forever? Let me tell you a secret. The real reason clients walk away is not the price, it's emotion. Most people unknowingly trigger the wrong one, which is doubt. And when doubt enters the room, the sale quietly exits. They freeze, delay, say, I'll think about it, which, let's be honest, usually means never. So the real question is, how do you make them feel so certain about you that price becomes completely irrelevant? Let's rewind to my Hilton Hotels client moment, the story that changed how I sell forever. 6 years ago, I was sitting outside the Hilton's office, palms sweaty, heart pounding. Uh, they were scouting for a new marketing agency. And here I managed to get a meeting with them, a meeting that could change my career forever. And here's what I knew. They already had met 4 agencies before us. Me and colleague were there for the meeting. 3 more meetings were lined up for them with other vendors. And we found out that most people, most vendors, freelancers were quoting around 50,000 rupees a month. And, and we were quoting which is around $600 a month, and we were quoting $1,500, triple the price. My colleague leaned in and whispered, Latika, I think we should lower the price as well. Just match the price with other people, maybe lower it further. And I was like, have you lost it? Hell no, because the whole night I spent researching about them. I had created a foolproof plan and strategy and everything. But of course, the doubt creeped in. In that moment, I had two choices. I really wanted the client, so I was thinking of lowering the price and blend in. Second was raise the value so much, showcase that, and make $1,500 feel like a steal. I kind of followed my gut. I entered the boardroom along with my colleague, and we didn't start with a pitch. We didn't really talk about the features, metrics, or marketing jargons. We started talking about, and actually, we started asking the right questions about their current challenges, the frustrations, the bottlenecks, and also the goals. And I listened and listened. And then we painted a picture where the brand was today, point A, and where their brand could be, point Z, with a clear path between the two. And I showed them what the journey would look like with our system. There were no slides or slogans as such, but we were operating more from a position of clarity and conviction. No pressure, no persuasion. Just simply helping them see a future that felt achievable and safe. And somewhere in that conversation, the trust quietly replaced the doubt. However, when we revealed the prices, our fees, there was a complete deafening silence in the room. You could almost hear the air shift. And my colleague panicked and I stayed still. Honestly, that night I couldn't sleep. I was convinced that I lost this beautiful deal. But the next evening, my phone buzzed. Latika, Hilton wants to go with you guys. And we are sending you the check with the full payment. There was absolutely no negotiation. They chose us over cheaper competitors without a single discount. Why? Because they didn't buy a proposal. They bought certainty in the system, in the story, and in us. The moment your client feels understood, they stop questioning your price. They start trusting the process. And that's the magic of story selling. It's not about convincing, not about connecting, not about features, but showing them the future that they can finally believe in. Now, feeling understood led to trust, and that leads to action. Now, when you truly grasp your client's pains, fears, goals, desires, they feel seen. This is the foundation, and most high ticket clients won't buy unless they feel this. When someone feels deeply understood, they open up. And it's actually Maslow's highest need, right? It's not love, it's the feeling, the need to feel understood. And that applies even in business relationships. And then understanding naturally builds trust. They trust you and your solution. You don't have to convince, they feel safe in your guidance, right? Trust flows naturally, real, not forced or performed. And when trust exists, decisions happen without pressure. They're not sold, they're ready. If you skip the first step, by the way, you will never reach this step of action, right? So stop convincing, start understanding. The deeper you understand your client, the higher premium you can confidently charge. So now that we know how understanding builds trust and action, let's see why most clients still say, I'll think about it. Most people are not able to do one-to-one sales successfully simply because they don't address the invisible mental gates of the buyer. In simple terms, your client's mind need to trust three things, the three mental gates. Number one, trust you. They need to feel you genuinely care and you can help, right? They need to resonate with you, look up to you, trust you. And then trust the vehicle. Every transformation has a vehicle. What's your vehicle? What's your system method? For example, let's say you're a fitness coach. Your keto is a vehicle. Intermittent fasting is another vehicle for another fitness coach, let's say, right? In business, story selling is my vehicle. So people must believe your method for them to take, and that can take them where they are to where they want to go. And the third mental gate is trusting themselves. And this is the hardest one. Most people don't doubt you. They don't doubt your method or vehicle. They are doubting their own self. You know, and this is a classic mistake, what I see people doing all the time. They keep overselling, thinking that the person doesn't trust them, and they keep talking about their credentials all the time, and they keep showcasing testimonials, and they keep demonstrating and keep talking about features. But what they don't realize is the reason they are on the call is they already trust your process. They already trust you. But what's holding them back is they not able to trust themselves. So when they say, I'll get back to you, that's the code for I don't trust myself yet. So your real job is not to sell. It's to become the guiding presence, unattached to the outcome, whether they buy or not. You hold the space, listen, understand, guide them back to their own trust. And when that happens, trust to action becomes automatic. So, how do you guide someone through these invisible gates? Let's see this live in action. Let's listen to this live demo of a client. This is an actual call who went to this process, and in this demo, I'm showcasing you the most common and most tricky objection, which is, I'll think about it, right? And you'll notice how every step of concept 1, 2, and 3 is unfolding here. Okay, aside from that, are you 100% still 10 on 10?
Yeah. I love the program. It's very good. I just need some time to think. Yeah, I just need a day.
Hmm. So, Aryan, because you said you feel really good about it, right? So, tell me something. If you wake up tomorrow feeling the exact same way that you're feeling right now, are we 100% moving forward?
I mean, yes, definitely. It's just that right now, I just need some time.
All right. That aside, help me understand this. You told me that you don't want the last 10 years to be like the next 10 years. And so, while I definitely don't want you to feel rushed, pressured, or like it's the not the best decision, I also don't think, Aryan, the best thing for you to do is nothing in this moment. You know what I mean?
So, what I want you to do is come in now, and if tomorrow, when you wake up, you feel in the core of your bones you made a terrible decision 100%, I will give you your money back. But at the end of the day, I think it's two things.
Okay. Yeah. I hear you. Yeah.
It's important to draw a line, like in the sand, because you don't want the last 10 years to look like the next one, right? More importantly, you just told me the reason you want to make this is informed decision, right?
Yes, that's right. I want to make a completely informed decision, like fully, thoroughly understand, and then make it.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. Do you want more informed decision just from like outside or like really from the inside out?
As much possible from like really inside. Because you see, I've tried many programs, it didn't really work for me. So that's why I really want to like understand from like reading and like from actually, like you said, inside to know and read more about it.
Gotcha. So I want you to make an informed decision. But the only way for you to do is that by actually being inside the program and seeing it for yourself. So I will remove all the risk and you can back out if you feel in the core of your bones that is the worst thing that you have ever done in your entire life. But you need to decide, draw a line in the sand and work with me here so that we can get you in and get you started. I'll remove all the risk. You just let me know and we'll get you going today. Is that fair?
Actually, I have tried many programs in the past and it didn't work for me because usually I don't get the support and help that I need is just very superficial. So that's why I'm like I want to really make sure.
Got it. Let me ask you something about that. If you're inside the program, you know that it's a proven path that has worked for hundreds and hundreds of people already, like you. Are you 100% committed to follow the instructions and just execute it for yourself?
Yes, definitely.
Great. Then, number two, when you get stuck, which you will because this isn't easy, you are going to push yourself out of the comfort zone and take actions that you've never taken before. So, when you do get stuck, are you going to raise your hand for help or are you going to like bury your head in frustration? Good, good. So if you're going to do exactly what the process says, then raise your hand when you need it. And not just that, the process you're following has thousands of success stories of people, other people doing it as well. Something that we have successfully done for you already. So it worked for hundreds of people. Why wouldn't it work for you?
Right. I know what you mean. Yeah, makes sense.
All right, Aryan. So you know this is the right step for you. Here is the link. Go ahead and complete it now. Let's get you started right away.
Okay. So I'll use the same link for bank transfer also.
And so you must have noticed how every step of concept 1, 2, and 3 unfolded here. You must have noticed that I did not push any features. I don't even convince. And um, the concept of feeling understood, trust, action is happening in real time. And this shows that how action happens naturally when trust is built first. So let's break it down how I'm guiding the client step by step using the question based thinking, right? So there are rapport questions, which is connecting heart to heart, followed by the current situation questions, peeling back the layers like an onion, and the pain awareness questions, which is highlighting what's at stake. And then past and future awareness questions, which is show where they have been and what's possible. The ramification question, which is revealing the consequence of the inaction. And then the transition to the presentation and the commitment, naturally guiding them to the next step. So in this process is the client who is selling himself the solution. Isn't this beautiful? It's reverse selling. Every question is moving them closer to trust, right? I'm simply guiding them to the solution, the value, and the next step for themselves. So, but not stay stuck, right? And if you see my sales calls, I am completely unattached to the outcome. Yes, the systems is so strong, my vehicle is beautiful, my audience is absolutely right. So conversions of 50% and more is a byproduct. But at the same time, I'm still enabling a change even if they say no, right? It's not just a sales coaching, it's a soul led business mastery. You see, and I am in love with this one to one sales process because after doing more than thousands of sales calls, I can really say this with full confidence that sales is the highest form of service because you are enabling change. You're making change happen. And you're really helping the person take some action. Either it's yes or no, but helping them get out of that decision fatigue. Even if it's no for you, you are enabling change. You're helping them decide and make progress in either of the direction. The other way to think about it is that you got to collect your no's fast. Because obviously, every sales call that you get onto, you will not receive yes. There will be, let's say, 20 yeses, but 50 no's also, right? So you want to collect your no's faster so that you can get to your next yes. So when you come for a consulting call, when you work on your numbers, let's say, for example, for some of you, we'll say, okay, you just need to do 20 calls a month, right? Because in those 20 calls, you might get those 10 no's, but you will also get your 10 yeses. So you want to collect your no's very fast so that you can get to your yes. Action becomes a natural outcome and not forced. Now, if this way of selling feels like a breath of fresh air inside the Passion to Profit playground, this is exactly what we practice in Close the Deal program. We lead through growth challenges, audits, and reviews of your sales calls. We break down your calls line by line so you see exactly what works in the words, in the script, in tonality, choice of words, and scripting. We practice question based selling until you can close the deal with warmth and not worry. And we track your conversions, refine your frames, celebrate your 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 20 lakh months, not as luck, but as a skill, as an engineered process. Okay, action time. So use a simple structure we cover today. Map out your steps so that your story, your value, your offer is flowing naturally. Come for the live audit with me. Come join me for live audit 7 to 8 p.m. where there is actionable guidance and help so that you can refine your process and you can confidently close high value clients every day. Right? And now, those who show up and take actions inside the playground often start seeing 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 20 lakh months, not as a luck, but because their skill and story is doing the selling for them. Right? So, click the button, book your personal one to one audit also if you haven't as yet. And let's design your high value closing strategy together if you're in the process already, or even if you have not, this is a good time. So, on this call, I'll be helping you design your business plan specific to your gifts, how to position your offer, attract premium clients, and charge what you deserve. Right? So you'll get clarity and direction, because when your story aligns with your purpose, sales become sacred. So go create your one-to-one close frame, come for the audit, book the consult as well, and I'll see you live